And you may find yourself in a crappy garage. And you may find yourself in another part of the world. And you may find yourself riding a big, beautiful motorcycle. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I even get here? Well, all kidding aside, folks, I wanted to talk today a little bit about 360 cameras. Now, I'm going to tell you what I've got. I've got the Insta360 X4, and I'm going to talk about some pros and cons about it. Now, I haven't been able to use this for riding at all because it's stinking winter in Minnesota, and it's just too cold and icy. Can't do it. Nope, not going to do it. For me, winter is motorcycle mod and modification and maintenance season. That's pretty much what I do, like I'm doing on the KLR, the TW200, the 690, and what other bike I might buy. But what I really appreciate about like the 360 camera is I can be, it doesn't matter where I'm at, I can keep myself in view. I don't have to worry about, you know, flowing around and moving my camera so I'm in view. I've had that problem in the past, you know, with other cameras, and it's just a pain in the butt, you know. But with the 360, I can always position myself wherever I want, and that's really, you know, for me, from I guess from an editing standpoint and whatnot, it just makes things a lot easier. You know, and I can zoom in and zoom out, whatever, and it just makes life a little more simple. But there are some, I'll go over the pros. Those are kind of the pros. This camera here, I can film in 8K 30. I can do 5.7, 60 30, I think it's 25. There's some other things, but you know, 8K, you think, well, 8K, dang, that's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot, but honestly, that's split between two lenses. So the lens you're looking at now, this is actually, it would actually, if I was filming in 8K, it'd be 4K 30. So I did try in 8K, and it worked great for a little bit, but then when you film in 8K, the camera gets, the battery gets so hot that I couldn't shut it off. So that's a problem. Even in the manual, it says with 8K, you should have wind flow. So if I want to film an 8K 30, I'm thinking I'm going to need to put some kind of a small fan on my invisible selfie stick here to make sure she stays cool. So this, actually, what I'm doing right now is 5.7K 60. So that's plenty good. So basically, when I export these files, it's going to be at like 2560 1440 basically, which is fine. That's fine. That works. The cons, well, the cons are, number one, I would say the cost. These things ain't cheap, you know, not at all. I think I ended up paying around Christmas with a discount and all. I ended up paying about $650, maybe, I'm sorry, $550, maybe $600. So they ain't cheap. And I also kind of think that because it's more of a specialty camera. Well, that was pretty rude interruption. My camera got, or my SD card got corrupted or whatever. So, so what I was saying, this is more of a specialty camera. I'm trying to remember where I left off. This is more of a specialty camera, an expensive specialty camera, but it's kind of cool because as long as I'm in the general area, as far as view, whether to my left or to my right, or up or down, I can get everything just nice in view. And for me, like doing technical stuff like the steering stem here or doing the valves, it's just been great, you know, because can kind of focus around, play with it. It's just a fun camera. I will say, you know, some of the views I've seen, some of the guys I've seen use the 360 camera, I don't like when they're sticking out to the, you know, like to the left of the bike here. I don't like the view. It just looks kind of weird. I don't know. Don't like it, but Even Itchy Boots, she has hers. I think kind of like right here, and I don't know that she ever uses it. She may not use it because it is an extra editing process, which does take more time. You have to edit 360 videos in the Insta 360 Studio, and then you have to export that. And then if you want to add it to your full video, you have to take that edited 360 video, then put it in your other editor. And it's, it like doing say a 10-minute video at 5.7K 360. It takes about an hour, to edit, to export, and then you've got to put it in your other editor and stitch everything together. So there is that. Um, what do I want to say? Because I did this whole thing. Boop, no more video. But yeah, it's a great camera. I think I kind of listed the pros and the cons, except that the pros are it's great for doing stuff, in the general area. It's functional, it's fun. The cons, it's expensive. It's delicate. One of the cons, I don't think I said this yet. It is fragile. I'd say this camera is very fragile. The lenses, you drop this sucker and you break a lens, you're done. Bye bye, $500. So I do have lens guards on here. And I've also noticed you got to keep these lenses really, really clean. They don't like being dirty. So you can get two lens guards, which are, more expense, plastic or glass. So you have to be really careful with them, really careful. But anyways, let's get on to the editing process. I will say if you have any questions or comments, I may or may not be able to answer. I put myself in the not even the I'm maybe a novice beginner with this kind of thing, so I can't give you any high tech advice or anything. But anyways, let's go in and edit this sucker. I will say before I leave here, thanks for watching. I appreciate all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below if you haven't already. I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's go into the PC.
Okay, folks, let's get the SD card in here. I look at the cute little bear. Let's get the SD card in here with that crappy video I just did. There we go, DCIM, camera. Now you're gonna have like two files here. This is like a THM file. In order to open up the app, the Insta360 app, I just click on the video and it automatically opens it up for me. So somehow it does that. Oh no, remind me later. Let's make this full size. Now you can see I'm like 180 degrees off. I'm looking backwards. Here I am over here. And I'm going to turn this volume down because we don't need to hear my nonsense, do we? Zoom out. And I'm just going to put this is called a keyframe, this little plus sign here. I'm just going to put a keyframe there. So I found, I don't know, sometimes it gets a little goofy. It'll kind of flip flop between lenses. So I just kind of lock myself in right away. And usually when you first start this, especially for me, it'll be like buffering and um, the video will be kind of herky jerky. But once you play it all the way through, it'll be kind of nice and sharp. And here I am going to read my script. Now from here, I can put in, I can zoom in and kind of have another keyframe here. I'm just doing this, what would you call it? Off the cuff here. This isn't going to be anything fancy. So I'm doing my script. I'm kind of moving around a little bit. And then dang, look at that gut, dude. You need to lose some weight. Let's move back a little bit. And I can follow myself. Let's put another keyframe there just for funsies. And I know that I can move this around, put another keyframe there. And then at some point I sit down. And the only reason I'm doing this is just kind of demonstrate how with this camera, the advantage of this camera, if you're doing videos like this, you can just keep yourself in view. So I can do another, let's just scroll back a hair more. So I can do a keyframe here, and then I can scroll ahead a little bit and do another keyframe. Not so far. I can do this and put in another keyframe there. So let's look at that, see what it looks like, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I'm just making the camera follow me. Now, I will say I am no expert at this at all. I am quite the novice. So, uh, actually, maybe even put me in the amateur category. I just like playing with this stuff. So, it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. But if you're thinking about getting a 360 camera, it's going to have other options than just for writing or whatever. You could do technical videos or whatever. Now we can see how it's going to kind of follow me down. There you go. And I know that I move around to the other side, so I can put another keyframe, say like right here. And I'm just going to make this kind of short, and I can move this around, put another keyframe there. And then I think I stand up at some point. Yep, right here. I'll put another keyframe there. And I move around, and I can scroll down. As you can see, it's just a cool camera to work with. But anyways, I'm gonna keep that short and simple. Let's just review this little section here. You can see how it works. Now this is gonna kind of be in a, I don't know if I said it or not, it's gonna kind of be in a buffering state. So when you first play this, depending on your computer, it may be herky jerky. But once you go over it again, it should be smooth. And also, like I said, if you want to do 360 videos, you have to edit in the 360 app first, export that, and then export it to like a file that you can use in your other editor. So it is an extra process. It's a little bit more time consuming, but it's fun to play with, in my opinion. So, anyways, I hope you found that helpful. I hope you found that informative. If you have any questions about the 360 cameras, I may be able to answer, but most likely not because I am quite the hack when it comes to this stuff, but I do my best. So, anyways, we will see you next time in YouTube land. All right, folks, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe would be greatly appreciated. All right, thank you very much. Frostbite out.